Greetings, family. This is Leah Salmon, the Naturally You Coach from thenaturallyyoucoach.com. Here with a Facebook Live video, and today I'm going to be talking to you about three of the many reasons why our periods go bad. So, as you may know, I'm on a mission. I set myself a goal at the beginning of the year to help 100,000 Black women to eat for health, think for happiness, and live in harmony, which is what I call becoming naturally you by 2020. So, a lot of the work that I'm doing now, especially with the fact that I am revising one of my books that's going to be out soon. So I get a lot of, I'm working with a lot more women now, and that's allowing me to go quite deep into subjects like period pains, menstruation, fibroids, endometriosis, and the book. When I wrote the book in the first place, which was a few years ago, I started studying it quite a lot. And just very recently, I've just realized how many women are struggling with menstrual problems, struggling with painful periods, or, like I said, fibroids, endometriosis, and womb health and womb wellness, and just knowing what to do to keep your womb healthy are things that we don't really talk about that much. I know, like I said in a previous video, I didn't even like to say the word vagina. I thought it was crass and rude, and you just didn't even say that word, much less really knowing what to do to keep these sacred areas that we have healthy. And we're 3 weeks into the Black Mama Circle now, so greetings to everyone that's on the Black Mama Circle that's listening and watching this video. And week 3 this week, which is our call's gonna be on Thursday. The call this week is on feminine body care. So we're specifically going to be talking about how we can nourish and look after our womb, our breasts, and our vagina after you've had the baby. Because very often, as women, we only pay attention to those areas when we're trying to accentuate them to make ourselves look better to men, or we've had a child and we're breastfeeding and we've used our womb to carry that child, and the child's passed through our vaginal canal. Those are literally the only times we pay attention to those areas. So it's brilliant that there's so many sisters in the community now that are focusing on womb health and yoni health. And we had Emma Acko at the Naturally You Day who was speaking about steaming and eggs for womb health. So, but today what I wanted to talk about is one of the sections in my book is called why your periods go bad. So I touch on 11 different areas, 11 different reasons why your periods give you stress. Now, one of the things that is quite alarming is that as we grow, and it's only alarming now that I'm conscious of it, but I grew up thinking what the vast majority of women think, which is that your periods are meant to be heavy, they're meant to be painful, they're meant to give you mood swings, you're meant to have cravings, you're meant to have a long list of horror stories from your period, because periods are just bad. They're just not meant to be a favorable time of the month. But it's only as I read and studied more about the way that our ancestors lived and natural living and health and these types of things, I realized that our periods should be light, they should be short, they should be pain-free. We shouldn't be experiencing emotional ups and downs. We shouldn't be experiencing food cravings and food sensitivities and skin eruptions, and we shouldn't be experiencing all those kind of things. It's not natural. It's not just the way life is that your periods are going to give you problems. But when I started to study and research it, I realized that the reason those challenges with periods are so common is because of a lot of the things that are in our environment, which are stacked against us being able to enjoy pain-free, stress-free periods. So in the book, I cover 11 different reasons why your periods could be causing you problems. So like I said, those problems could be heavy bleeding, back pain, abdominal pain, menstrual problems, headaches. And I worked with a lady who got migraines. She got migraines from the week before her period actually started, and they continued throughout the duration of her period. I've been working with a lot of women who experienced the very traumatic psychological challenges that go along with periods as well. So they feel depressed, not just a little bit sad. We're not talking about the mood swings here. We're talking about they sink into a depression. They start having suicidal thoughts. And the worst part about that is when we go to a lot of the medical doctors, they will prescribe us with antidepressant type drugs that the side effects of those drugs is also that they cause suicidal thoughts. So the more that you understand the power of nature and the power of food, the easier it's going to be for you to rebalance your hormones, nourish your womb and heal yourself, so you don't need to end up taking pharmaceutical drugs. Because that's the other trait of common periods, is that you have to rely on drugs and pharmaceutical drugs just to get through the week before your period and the week of your period. But again, like I said, so the whole book that I'm writing, that I'm revising now, the revised version of this book, is called 30 Days to Better Periods and Womb Health. So we're really looking at all the natural things that you can do to prevent your periods from causing you problems in the first place. And even during your periods, things that you can do to minimize the symptoms so you don't need to go down the pharmaceutical route. And I'm standing at the window right now, and I'm looking at the glorious sunshine because I was just outside trying to do this video. But I realized that on the grass where I was sitting, because I know we've got anthills in the grass in the front of our house, but I realized the two spots on the grass where there were normally anthills, I saw flying ants. I'm looking in the grass, I'm just seeing loads of wings fluttering about. So I'm like, I'm not sitting here anymore. I'd rather come inside and miss out on sunshine than be attacked by a swarm of flying ants. I don't know whether they really attack, but I'm not taking the risk. So I'm back up in here and I'm just looking outside my window at the glorious sunshine. I hope you lot are outside enjoying the glorious sunshine while I share a few nuggets with you. So 3 of the reasons why your period could be causing you problems is 1, you're not getting enough exercise, physical exercise. 2, you're not getting in enough essential fatty acids. And 3, you're not getting in enough water. So in his very famous book, Dr. Batman Gilhedi has got a book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water. And in that book, and you can get it on Amazon, Your Body's Many Cries for Water, Dr. F. Batman Gilhedi. In that book, and I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your surname, but in that book, he speaks about over 46 physical illnesses and diseases that we experience as a result of dehydration. But he also attributes dehydration to causing and significantly contributing to PMS during our menstrual cycle, morning sickness during pregnancy, and hot flushes during menstruation. So at all the different stages of our womb health life, we need to be making sure we're getting in adequate amounts of water. Water, you know, it's typically said that you need 2 liters a day. If you can at least get in 1.5 liters a day, you're going to be in good stead to avoid a lot of those dehydration related symptoms that come along during your menstrual cycle. It can also help with your mental health during that time as well. It can help with hormone regulation and that rush of hormones that can cause the skin breakouts, that can cause body odor, that can cause the cramping. All of those kind of things are massively helped by ensuring you're getting in water. And the best thing you can do is practice, get into the habit of drinking more water before your period. Because I know this for a fact, when you're in the thick of period pains, you can't be bothered to be whipping up herbal teas and drinking loads of water and exercising as much as you were able to the week before. Not that you can't do it, but why would you wait until you were in the thick of these things to start adding these suggestions in? I would highly recommend you start doing these things the week before, or even today. You just get into the habit today. Doesn't matter when you actually start your cycle, you get into the habit of drinking more water a day, getting in at least 1.5 liters of water today. And it's summer, it's sunny, so it's always going to be a good idea to get more water in, but it will specifically help your menstrual problems. Because a lot of women, when they say they've got menstrual problems, they'll then list off all the things that they've done. And oftentimes when women list off I've tried everything, when they tell me they've tried everything, what they will then reel off is a list of medications that they've tried, or a list of supplements they've tried on their own without making any other lifestyle changes, or maybe one superfood or one smoothie. They'll name off 1 or 2 things that they've tried that haven't worked. And sometimes they haven't worked just because there hasn't been consistency with them. But other times they haven't worked because they haven't been used holistically. So in the book, there's going to be a whole 30-day plan of things that you can use to make sure that your cycle on all levels is better. But one of those things is to get into the habit of making sure you're definitely having 1.5 liters of water. The second thing that you can definitely do is getting enough essential fatty acids. Now, the studies that have been done and the anecdotal evidence, and even when I'm working with clients and on myself, is that omega-3 essential fatty acids are key to ensuring that you don't experience things like the psychological aspects of PMS or premenstrual syndrome or PMT, premenstrual tension, is to make sure you don't suffer from the depression, you don't get affected by the nervousness, the lack of being able to concentrate, and then the physical symptoms like the bloating, the breast tenderness, and the cramps as well. All of those things can be alleviated by making sure you're getting in enough essential fatty acids. Now, when I was eating fish, when I was eating animal products, my most recommended source of essential fatty acids was fermented cod liver oil. But if you're vegan, then, and I wouldn't recommend you get the cod liver oil that's just sitting on the shelf. I would always recommend, if you're going to use cod liver oil, to get the fermented cod liver oil. Green Pastures Blue Ice fermented cod liver oil is a great one to get. But if you're wanting vegan sources, then spirulina is brilliant. Other blue-green algae are great sources of these essential fatty acids as well. And again, get them in a week or two before you would normally get the symptoms, so your body gets a chance to build them up to prevent the onset of the symptoms in the first place. But yeah, blue-green algae, chlorella is a good blue-green algae, but spirulina does seem to be more easily absorbed into the body. Plus, it's super high in iron and calcium and protein as well. So spirulina is a brilliant nutrient-dense superfood to get into your life anyway. So getting enough water, getting enough essential fatty acids, and lack of exercise. So when your blood is stagnant, when your circulation is poor, those kind of things can lead to the cravings, the muscle cramps, the low energy, water retention. All of those symptoms during your period and your cycle can all be relieved with exercise. So the studies that have been done show that the more women exercise, the less they experience those particular symptoms. So you can add anything from yoga to HIIT training to just walking to just dancing, anything that's going to get your circulation going, that's going to get your heart rate going, that's going to get you out of breath. Because I remember there was the recommendation before that we should be getting out of breath 3 times a week for 20 minutes. The government even increased that the other day, saying that because we've become so sedentary, because there are so many opportunities for us to just sit down these days, whether it's on a mobile phone, which I'm on now, or sitting down at work for 8 hours a day, we need to increase the amount of exercise that we regularly get into. And even Candice Bryan from Noir Wellness, at the Naturally You Day, when she was doing her talk, Fitness and Fibroids, she spoke about the fact that a long time ago, a couple of decades ago, or even when we were younger, as younger children, there was no barrier to entry when it came to us being physical and exercises. We would wake up and jump out of bed, roll down the stairs. We would always be active. There was a lot of opportunities for us to be active as children. But even our children now have got a lot of reasons why they can sit still. And again, the use or the overuse of devices, from PlayStations and handheld controlled games, game consoles, mobile phones, tablets, sitting in front of the TV. There's so many reasons why we get to sit down. And then as adults, sometimes our work day is comprised of us sitting down all day. So we need to combat that. And the government's recommendation changed to we should be getting exercise 5 days a week for 15 to 20 minutes, I think it is, but we should be getting exercise on a regular basis. So not only for our general health, but also to specifically help the challenges of your menstruation. Now, again, in the book, I speak about 11 different reasons why your periods could be giving you problems, or why your periods go bad. Plus, there's a 30-day plan. Plus, we speak about the chemical medications that we use and why we should probably avoid a lot of them. We speak about natural forms of sanitation. We speak about the wonders of the womb. So all of that's going to be included in the book. But I hope just by looking at those 3 areas, you can start taking some steps to ensure that your next cycle doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be heavy, doesn't have to be painful, doesn't have to be, followed by mood swings and psychological challenges that a lot of us unfortunately are suffering from on a monthly basis. If you put in the work, it will work. And I'm here for you. You can get in contact with me if you are having challenges that you want support with, to help you more quickly recover and rebalance and nourish your womb from the challenges that you experience during your menstrual cycle, then feel free to message me on whatever network you're seeing this on, or you can find me at thenaturallyyoucoach.com. And you can get hold of me there using the Contact Us form. Remember, I'm on a mission to help 100,000 Black women to eat for health, think for happiness, and live in harmony by 2020. And you can be definitely a part of that journey and all the work that I do by going to the website, thenaturallyyoucoach.com, following me on the social networks so you can see what I'm up to and the things that I'm going to be bringing out, including this book and all the other books that are going to be coming out, more events, online coaching, group coaching, private coaching, as many ways as I possibly can to help ensure that in the next 3 years, we've got 100,000 more Black women who are eating for health, thinking for happiness, and living in harmony. Because again, I will reiterate this, I truly believe that if we heal our sisters, we heal the nation, and we can create a better future for ourselves and our children. This has been Leah Salmon, the Naturally You Coach. Thank you so much for watching. I haven't had a lot of notifications popping up on my screen, but I know people are watching. So thank you for coming in and watching live. Thank you for watching the replay. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and the video. Share it around. Let's get this message out there. Take care and stay healthy.